This is gonna be my training video. So I've just arrived at the house, and so I'm just gonna look around. I see that the mini blinds, some of them are broken, so I'll need to measure those and send it to the office so the office can buy replacement mini blinds. I want to plug this up to see if it works. Clean off the gunk off of it. Plug it up. I'm going to take the filter out. Wait, it's an awkward angle. Okay, got the filter out. Now I want to make sure I go wash that. But it turned back off. Okay, wait, it wasn't on. Okay, I'm gonna put it on 70. And it's on auto and cool. All right, so that's the first thing. Obviously, we're going to clean this, and then we're going to clean that and replace that. All right, obviously, we've got to sweep. Now, this house doesn't have lights in the living room, so they have these lights. And I can use these until I'm done cleaning. So I'm going to check all the lights in all the rooms, make sure that we have lights. This is going to be a pain in the butt because that window is screwed. These pieces of wood are screwed on there, so I may see if I have a screwdriver to get that off so I can close that window so we can keep the air conditioning in, because that's the back porch and that's open. Okay, so here's a mini blind. I don't know where it came from. I'll find out if it's salvageable. Obviously pick up the trash, so we got a trash bag for that. There was a little water drip in here yesterday, but it looks like it's all gone. I was able to ascertain that that valve right there on the right was leaking, just dripping. Yep, you saw it drip. Okay, so it's still dripping, but not a whole lot. This whole floor was wet. There is a mini blind right there that came from that window. Whoa. This is the back door. It was unlocked, but since I'm going to be here by myself cleaning, I want to lock that door for safety. All right. Got to check, make sure the oven's plugged in, and it is. So we're going to turn it on. Take the grates out. This is just prep work. If we can turn this oven on to about 200. I will do two things. I will heat this up so that I can spray the cleaner on it. Oh, look, they left the keys. Nice. I can spray the cleaner on it when it's warm. Whoa. Oh, that light bulb needs to be screwed in. Okay. Check the water. All right, it's on. And so we're going to be starting at the ceilings. Back up so you can try to see how dirty the ceiling is. You probably can't see with the fan on. Oh, there we go. See all the dirt on the ceiling? So we want to start there. Report like that ceiling fan is old and it doesn't have the cover on it, so we'll need to get a new ceiling fan. But that is not our decision as cleaners. We are just making the office aware of what's going on. Turn all the lights on. Okay, new light bulb there. This floor we already know about. We have no idea what we're going to do about it. But that would be something that you would point out. The ceiling fan, okay, that missing mini blind probably goes to that window right there. That ceiling fan, that mini blind, this mini blind. All right, so I'm gonna go out and get my, hang on, let me let them know that I'm here. I don't want neighbors to think that I'm not supposed to be here. Okay, these holes will all be sealed with the wood, the putty. And I'll show you how to do that when I get to that point. So we're going to start the ceilings, corners, baseboards. We're going to wipe up all cobwebs. And then we're going to do the ceiling fans and the votives. Now, if they're going to be replacing the ceiling fan, I probably wouldn't mess with it too much, but until we get them replaced, we want this place looking showable, so I'm going to at least wipe it off a little bit. But like, I wouldn't clean ceiling fans that are, mini blinds. I would not clean mini blinds that are broken. Okay, don't forget the closets. Always get everything out. Like, there is a cane. I don't know why there's a cane, and there's a pillow. So we'll get rid of those in the trash bag and put it in the garbage. Okay. The tub. We want to check the toilet. So I have brought a plunger. I'm going to plunge it to make sure that if it needs help. Looks like we might have some tiny leak. I can't tell. I'll have to reach back there and see if that's wet or if it's clean. Checking the tub. Tub doesn't look too bad, except for the rusted stuff. But I will make sure to take pictures. Hot water is not on. Under there. Okay. Let's see. This should be. There's nowhere to turn anything. I don't know what kind of valves these are. But there's no water. Wonder why there's no hot water. I wonder if the hot water heater is turned off. So I'll have to go check that. Looks like we've got some, this is where a lot of people miss, like under the sinks. It looks like there used to be a leak possibly. And so we want to make sure that we clean that up and don't leave it looking like that. So always make sure you clean the cabinets. And the medicine cabinet looks pretty freaking good. Oh, I remember this from last time I cleaned this. So we want to make sure we clean the drawers. So what I like to do is just leave them open. I don't know what this is. I like to just leave them open so that I know when I'm through cleaning, I can shut it, turn on the lights, and I know I'm done with that room. We always want to clean the windowsills. So like I said, we start at the ceiling and we work our way down. And then as we go, we take pictures of things that need maintenance. Even if the owner decides not to clean it, replace it or fix it, at least we've done our part. And let's see. See, this room looks great. This has daylight light bulbs. So that's it, and that's a newer ceiling fan, so that should be good. But this one is missing a light bulb. One's burnt out, one is a different color, and we always want them to all be daylight light bulbs. So when we switch that fan out, we want to make sure that we keep the good light bulbs, because I'm going to make sure I have good light bulbs in there, and there's no sense throwing away my good light bulbs. But if I don't change them, then there'll be a problem. And I don't know why this light has like a orange hue. We have to make sure we clean that light fixture. Looks like it's got some dust on the top. I don't know what all this crap is on the ceiling. Maybe mildew, I don't know. So we have to make sure we clean that. And I brought my step stool. And it's cooling off in here. Good news. Those two blinds I'll probably clean, but then I'm going to make sure that I let them know about this windowsill. Looks like they might have had a window unit here in the past. Wipe off the windows. So I'll pop all those open so that I can get that window, the end of this part of the window cleaned off, as well as the windowsill. And we're going to use a bleach rag and just go ceiling to the floor for the cobwebs, and then the top of each window, I'll probably like start in the corner there, wipe off that windowsill with some bleach water. The baseboard, try to get the wall as well. A lot of times we use a good paint that you can actually wipe off. And yeah, we'll see how far we get. So I'm going to stop this video. I've got my cleaning supplies there. I brought my own toilet paper in case I need to use the restroom. And I brought the essentials for starting. So that's for my ceiling fans. That is for sweeping and mopping, of course. I mean, sweeping. This is for plunging that toilet. Because I was here yesterday, I knew it needed it. Got my bleach ready to go, got my bucket. So I brought in the stuff that I need to begin with, and then I'll go out and get more later. I brought my wasp spray, my gloves, my putty filler, spackling. And then I also have my spackling tool. And then I'm going to damp wipe it with a rag after I apply it, so that way we don't have to go back and sand it later. And then some Clorox wipes as I go. So yeah, that's the first step. And then I'll go out and get the toilet. Oh, if the tub is bad and it's not been resurfaced, what do you call it, with like the paint? I use this on the bathtub, and I apply it with a toilet brush to the toilet. So, all right, I'm gonna get busy. I'm gonna take pictures and send them to the office so that they know what all they've got going on, and I'm gonna get busy cleaning.